there. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. I'm Lauren. Welcome to the live show. Today is Thursday, July 24th, 2025. The summer is really starting to go fast. Now that I've got tomatoes starting to come in, and it's still pretty early days for us. I've got a lot of green tomatoes hanging from the vines. As if you watched my garden tour this past Tuesday, I do tomato tour Tuesdays at this very time, but on Tuesdays, you know that I have a lot of green tomatoes, but I'm getting some ripe stuff in. My countertop it's not even halfway filled yet, so still a long way to go, but I've got a lot of tomatoes hanging on the vines. And so we've got a lot of tasting to do, and I'm going to taste a couple today, at least one, maybe two. We'll see. But welcome to my show. If it's your first time watching, really happy to have you. What I do each week is I talk about 10-ish varieties of tomatoes that I'm obsessed with that week. And if you've watched my show before, you often notice a progression. So something that I talked about and reviewed last week will make sense with some of the varieties I'm talking about this week. So last week, I reviewed a little nothing looking tomato from Japan called Mizora, and it was just about one of the best tomatoes I've ever had in my life. So if you think we might be talking about a few Japanese varieties today, you would be right. But it is an interactive broadcast. I love to have all of you. This is why I do it live. I love to have all of you taking part in it. So if something looks good to you, let us know. If you've grown it before, certainly let us know. If you are growing it this year or next year, let us know. Just want to say hi, please do. We have some great prizes. So live viewers we are recorded for later viewing because obviously this time doesn't work for everybody. We are global all over the world. But the live viewers do get the opportunity to win prizes each week. And this week, we've got some really, really generous seeds being donated, four different prize packages donated by Amy Doroy. So I will be doing a drawing for the 4 packages at the end of the episode. If you would like to win, all you have to do is type in #tomato in the comments. If you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, my EV Mux platform won't pick you up. So if you comment, I won't be able to see it. If you want to win the prize, the thing won't pick you up. You can watch, but I won't be able to see your comments and you won't be entered into the broadcast. Nothing I can do about it. It's just what Instagram and Facebook, their problem with third party platforms like EV Mux. What you'd need to do then, if you want to be a part of the episode and win the prize, is just come over to my YouTube channel, which is Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. If you don't care about the prizes, don't need to be, saying anything or have me see any comments, totally fine. Really appreciate it. Hopefully one of these days they'll get their act together, and because I know I'm visible on Instagram. I've got it all started. I know many of you watch from Instagram, but it is a shame because I can't see until after I end the show. I will see if somebody has put comments in, but I can't see it on my dashboard, unfortunately. Let me tell you about these prizes before we go any further, because I want to give you ample opportunity to get these in. So Amy's season, she's kind of already, her season, I don't know if it's done yet, but she's grown a lot of the varieties that many of us are growing and haven't had a chance to taste yet. So she's got 4 different prize packages. The first one, package 1, is Red Trash Panda, Bellezza Viola, or Violet Beauty, Morado Vejer de la Frontera, Spanish one, Cherokee Bronze, Unknown Brilliance, Kaz, KAS 25, and Tupelo Honey. That's just prize package number 1. Prize package number 2 is Negra del País, Hazel Creek, Angel Bronze Heart, Rosa de Liano, Wingo Wonder, Huevo del Toro, and Bliss by Sofia Sakova. That's package number 2. Package number 3, Red Dead Redemption by Robert, Cherokee Purple Variegated, Cherry Stripes, another Sophia variety, Tex Wine and Hunk Papa, both by Bill Jeffers, Jarson 8 Chameleon, and Verde de las Landas, which I have yet to taste, but Jen has tasted it, and she tells me it's even better than Malachite Box, which is one of my favorite tomatoes of all time. Have very unfortunate review I put up a little while ago, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But Malachite Box, the regular Malachite Box, is outstanding, and Jen says that Verde de las Landas is even better, which is what I had been told from my friend Marco. He sent me the seeds. He's the same guy that sent me seeds, by the way, from Missouri, which I loved last week. So I do trust him. So mine are not ripe yet. So I'm anxiously awaiting that. So that's offer number 3. And then that was going to be it, as if that wasn't enough. And then just a couple hours ago, she's like, yeah, thought I'd play with seeds last night. I want to offer one more package. So package number 4 are her favorites of the season. The Chauffeur by Bill Yoder, Verde de las Landas, Jarson 14 variant 1, Tex Wine, Bellezza Viola, Red Trash Panda, Tupelo Honey, Rosa de Leano, and Jarson 22, one of my favorites from last year. So 4 packages in total. Again, all you have to do to win, and you only have to type it in once, is type in #tomato. Let me just make sure I've reset the giveaway tool. Yep. Okay. All reset. So we're good to go. So just type it in anytime between now and the end of the episode. Thank you very much, Amy, for this very generous donation. Much appreciated. Gives me a chance to catch up on some of the things I owe people. But I am drying seeds for things that I've reviewed. So while my season is still very, very young, things like Missouri, I'm going to do my best. I know so many of you are looking for it. I also know, unless you're in Germany or have a friend in Germany, they're virtually impossible to find. And I know some of you were able to order from the one German vendor from last week, but many of you haven't. So I'm going to do my best. Even if I can only send 2 or 3 seeds out, I'll do my best. But I am watching that plant like a hawk, and it looks like it's in really good shape, even though it's in this row in my garden I call death row because things don't do well there. That one, it seems to be pretty disease resistant because it's kicking butt. So I'm hoping. I've got some seeds drying. They started drying just yesterday. So another week and a half or so, and they will be dry. I don't like sharing things where seeds are really hard to find. And you guys are going to hate me because today there's several of those. Those Japanese varieties, many of them are hybrids and just really, really difficult to find. Somebody in the group yesterday, or maybe the day before, somebody was asking what is with this Missouri tomato that everybody's talking about. They clearly hadn't seen my review on Instagram or the show last week. And somebody had said, and oh shoot, where was I going with this? Finding the seeds. Oh, I don't remember. I'm sure I'll remember in a minute. Something about finding the seeds from Missouri. I don't remember. Completely gone. Where was I going with? I don't know what I was talking about. But anyway, before I let the comments get too far behind, I see there's already 79 comments that we need to get to. Let's say hi to some of our tomato friends, like Sherman, who was here first today. Hi, Sherman. It's a hot and sunny day here in northern New Jersey. Stay safe and cool. It is. Thursdays, even though most days I'm out in the garden, like I'll do my work for my other group that I run, Attitude of Gratitude with Chronic Pain. I do a lot of writing for that group. And then, of course, for Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap 2, which, by the way, I haven't mentioned. If you're not a member of our group, if you're new to finding my channel, please join us on Facebook. We're called Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. I run it with my my partners in crime, Kina Tanarud and Jen Joy. And even if you join Facebook just to be a member of our community, you won't be sorry. It's a very kind place, whether you're a new grower or you're a seasoned grower like me. There are no stupid questions. We welcome you all with open arms. And it's a great way to find out about new varieties, kind of like this show, and then seek varieties. So if you're watching my show, best way to watch is with a notepad and a pen so you can write things down. And then on Seed Seeking Saturday, which we post every Saturday, you can put up to 5 varieties, new varieties each week. They can be repeats too, but every week you have a chance to find, and people are just very, very generous. Wish I could remember where I was going with the Missouri thing. It was right there. It was right there in my brain. And I'm feeling good today, so I can't even blame it on that. I don't know. But it was delicious. I tasted another one. By the way, for those of you that didn't see me comment, last week I saved the other half for Rob. Rob and I do our taste test together, Mr. Tomato Head. And it was paining me because I tasted it early in the episode. The other half was sitting there right next to me, and it would have been just so easy to pop it right in my mouth. They're only like this big. Because it was that good. And so I saved it for him. Like he came in the door from work and I'm like, taste this. And he agreed. 9 out of 10, maybe even a 9.5 out of 10, but we're keeping it at a 9 for now. It's delicious. So it wasn't just, early tomato. She hasn't tasted a real tomato in a while. It really is that good. And then we've tasted a couple lousy ones, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But anyway, let's get back to some comments. We've got Sherman here. Hi, Heidi. Nice to see you, my friend. Happy day for you. Hey, Kathy. Nice to see you. And Lisa's here. Hi, Eric. And Tiffany. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for being here. And Christy. Rowena won some t-shirts from our friends at Inspired Garden Life. My t-shirts just arrived. I'll take pics and post in the group after Awesome Sauce is finished. Yay, that was quick. Wasn't that quick? For those of you that may not know what we're talking about, we have friends at this gardening shirt store called inspiredgardenlife.com. Each week I wear shirts from them. This is very applicable to me and Jen. Tomato temptress extraordinaire. You say tomato, I say let's catch up. So they've got t-shirts, they've got V-necks, they've got long sleeve, and now they've got tank tops. And we love them. They sponsor the first episode of the month of this show. So they've been giving away 5 free t-shirts and a couple gift cards. So if you want to check them out, it's not just tomato shirts, but if you're looking for tomato shirts, they have a lot. InspiredGardenLife.com. The nicest couple runs it too. It makes you really, and they're always having sales going on. You can also get 20% off your order by putting in the code TLC20 for Tomato Lovers Collective 20. So if you like my shirts, they're very nice quality. They wash up very nicely. They're very soft. So, they don't give me kickbacks or anything like that. I just really love them, and I think the feeling is mutual. And this is what they're looking to do in their retirement, and it's just a really nice kind of collaboration that we have. And many of you have gotten a chance to speak with them too because you've placed orders or you've won things, and you know that they're very nice people too. So I'm glad you got your t-shirts, Rowena. Hey, Jamie. Much welcome break from my research paper. When do you start back at class? It's been really nice having you here, Jamie. Is this your soil science research paper? If so, I want to hear all about it. Hey, Linda, thanks for being here. Dancing Vita, good evening to you all from NL. Why am I not thinking of what NL is? My brain is not working today. I know where you live, but I'm not thinking of what NL is. Oh, gosh. I should just pack it away. Forget it. I'm canceling the rest of the episode. I'm just going to call it quits. No, just kidding. Hey, Dancing Vita, and hi, Mayor from afar. And hi, Grace. 85 degrees, Southern California. Perfect tomato weather. I know one thing I was starting to say a little while ago is Thursdays are a very busy day for me getting ready for the show because I put together slides and do a lot of research and stuff. So generally I'm outside all day after I do my work for my other groups, which I had started to say. But I've only walked the garden like 2 times today, which is very little for me because I'm on there like a hawk. As soon as I see something starting to blush, I'm like, taking you, because got some critters who are being kind of jerks, and they do every year. So I pick it first blush, put them stem side down on the countertop. They take sometimes only a day, maybe 2 to ripen, to come to fully ripe. Saves them from splitting if you're going to have rain. It saves them from critters. And I've done tests with my refractometer as far as sweet, if it's sweet or not to be on the vine, and I've noticed no difference. So personal preference, but that is what I do, and it saves me from a lot of heartache, because if you watched my tomato tour on Tuesday, there was, well, microberry Jerry now likes micro wine, so now he's micro wine Jerry. He's my little chipmunk guy. He's eating those like they're going out of style, so I'm having to pick those, and that's a multiflora. So there's a lot of those to pick, but they're very yummy. And then there's another one I'm growing. It's like a mini dwarf that I was given. It's called Dwarf Wood, very rare variety. I'm growing 2 plants of it, and they're like these elongated. It's a short plant, maybe 18 inches tall, maybe a little taller. No, it's probably about 18 inches. So it is a mini dwarf. Elongated. They kind of remind me of the fruits from one I grew last year called sand penis. So that gives you any idea of what they look like. They're similar to that, not quite as long. And these little chipmunks, they take anything at first blush and they're like, nah. So I had to go and pick like even some at first blush, but anything off of that plant, they seem to like that one. I don't know if it's the long shape of it that makes it easy for them to hold. I don't know, but I picked even bright green ones off of that because I want seeds to be able to give away. I do have one more plant in the back by Rob's shed that they don't seem to be going to, so I'm leaving those to get a little bit more ripe. Hey, Olivia, thanks for being here, my friend. Nice to see you. Hi, Annette. Thanks for being here. And Sasha's here. And Robin's here. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and spending your Thursday with me. I know for many of you, it's late. Those of you watching overseas, I know it's late. Hi, Susan. And hey, Jess. Nice to see you. And Achille is here. Hi, everyone. On this hot, sunny day in Syracuse, I'm ready for tomato awesome sauce. Nice. Glad you're here, Achille. Achille, we have a little chat group for those of us who were able to join the plant swap in Carlisle, Pennsylvania back in May. By the way, we are planning, I know I'm repeating some of the stuff I already have, but we're planning a tomato taste testing and seed swap in September. So Friday, September 26th, same park in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Plan to make a weekend out of it. We'll get to meet each other, have lots of fun. I'm glad I'm going to have some fall tomato plants, because sometimes, like the last couple of years that I've been using mushroom compost, everything kind of ripens at once. And I'm starting to think like, will I have anything end of September? The plants will still be going strong, but it really is like sometimes I'm picking 30, 40 off of a plant. Like, these are not bad problems to have, I realize, but I did start sucker plants, so those will be my fall plants. Will I have Missoura? I don't know. I did steal 2 suckers off of Missoura after the episode last week. I ran out there, I fertilized that thing, and I took 2 very long suckers that I've rooted, and we'll see. Maybe we'll have some fall tomatoes. I would love to have you guys taste that and some of the other great ones I'm growing. Also have burnt sugar, which is another one that grew and loved. We gave that an 8 out of 10. I'll talk a little bit more about some of the reviews we've done, some that I've posted and some I haven't. And then next week, I do a show on the first Friday normally of the month with Jen called Tomato Talk Live. And next Friday is our is that right? Next Friday, right? Yes, no, 2 Fridays. A week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow will be our August episode, and we have none other than Craig LaHoulier coming back to talk to us. We don't know a topic yet, but I think the last couple times he's come on, we're like, topic schmopic. We don't really need it because he'll just keep going. You guys ask questions. We have a great time. It's a great time. It's always a great time to talk to Craig, whether it's the middle of winter or in the season, but he's got some stuff that he's been sharing on his Instagram page. So it's always, I feel like he comes on maybe every 3-4 months or so. And it's great to talk to him in different seasons to see where we're all at. So make sure you mark your calendar. Friday, August 1st, that's at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. So it is a bit late for some of you overseas. It's going to be 1:00 in the morning, Central European Standard Time. It will be recorded just like with all of our episodes, or to stay up late, because even if you don't want to do it for Jen and I, come for Craig. He's always worth it. All right, let's go to some more comments. Oh, I see. This is how I get sidetracked. So I said we have a chat for the people that came to Carlisle in May, and Akelia was showing one of the suckers of the African blue basil. I don't know if you took one of mine or Jen's cuttings from this variety of basil that doesn't produce seed. It can only be propagated. And she was sharing that it's just become this monster bush. So she put something in the group the other day asking how everybody else's were. These things, you can have the tiniest little sucker you take off of that thing, and I've got them all over my garden. If you watched any of my garden tours on Tuesdays, you'll know, especially this week, they're really starting to explode. It's a very special variety. But then also last night in our chat, Akelia had gotten Jen and I as a gift. She came all the way down from Syracuse, New York to Carlisle, Pennsylvania for our plant swap, which is not close. I forget how long it was. And Haley Sizemore's sample came from very far too. I want to say it was like 6-7 hours, something like that, right, Akelia? But anyway, there's a mom and pop place there that sells this tomato garlic oil. And she brought Jen and I these little packets of it, and we tasted it like we were taking shots of it, and it's to die for. So you can, they're Cheeky Monkey Foods is the name of the business. So I love it so much. I ordered like a half gallon of it, and I used it in my dinner last night. So I took a picture of it and sent it to the Carlisle crew. We're hoping to add a lot more of you to the Carlisle crew. If you can come to our tomato tasting at the end of September, even if you don't have tomatoes to share for the taste test or whatever, or if you're coming from far, you can't bring tomatoes, still come. Please still come. It's all about meeting each other. Some of us will have tomatoes to taste, and if you like what you taste, have seeds that you can go home with too. We're just asking a $5 donation to cover the pavilion. So that would be a donation if you can. If not, that's fine too. Hey, Pretty, nice to see you here. I'm going to be talking about you in a minute. Thank you for being here. Hey, Drew, bringing in the maters. Glad you're here. Hi, Mary. Make sure you guys put in hashtag tomato if you haven't already. Oh, thank you. You look extra pretty today, energy and all. Got the energy. Apparently, I don't have the memory, but thank you very much. Boy, that shirt is right on. I know, right, Linda? And Tara Dove. Hi, Tara Dove. Thanks for being here. And here's our girl of the moment, Amy, who so generously is donating these 4 amazing CD prize packages today. Thank you, Amy, so much. More about my shirt. Hey, Laura, thanks for being here. I'm going to try skipping ahead, but I don't want to skip over anybody I haven't said hi to yet. Hey, Nicole, thanks for being here. And Jerry's here. Hey, Jerry. Saying hi to Olivia, but I say hi to you too. Tex wine is kind of the variety of the moment, isn't it? A lot of people are talking about it. I may be adding it to my grow list next year too. Hey, Chastity, only 9 minutes late today. Have no fear. I haven't talked about a single tomato yet. Let me try to catch up a little more on the comments, and then I'll talk about some of the varieties we've been reviewing, and maybe I'll taste a tomato or two. A lot of thanks for Amy. Hey, there's my partner in crime, Jen. Hey, everyone. Happy Thursday, my wonderful friend, Lauren. Happy Thursday back. Can't wait for next Friday to have Craig on. We had a great episode just a couple weeks ago with Ashley from Gardening in Canada channel. If you guys haven't caught it, check it out on Jen's YouTube channel or my YouTube channel. She's a soil scientist, and it was a fabulous episode. And that was only, we had to do it late this month because of the 4th of July. So it's only like 2 weeks ago. So we've already got Craig in one more week. Who else do we have? Hi, Rach. Thanks for being here. Oh, Janet. That's a good reason for being late. Hi, Lauren and Jen. Late because I was eating a Mater Sammy. Yummy. Totally understand. Hi, Yvette. Hello from France. Lauren, Kina, and Jen, we're not worthy. Wayne's World Bow. You're so silly. Thank you. We recently celebrated a 2-year birthday, and I want to thank Becca Carter for offering a giveaway in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap in celebration of our 2-year birthday. It's been a little crazy. I was going to do some kind of a giveaway too, and just didn't have a chance to. So thank you, Becca, for doing that. I appreciate it. And thanks for everybody, whether you're new to the group or you've been with us since the beginning. 2 years ago, I started it. Kina and Jen came on within like 24 hours, and they're like, we want to help. Now the 3 of us co-admin together, and it's really a special place. And just when I think it can't get better, it always does. We just attract really kind, generous people. Malachite Jen is here, checking in as long as I can. Can't believe it's almost the end of July. Me neither. Yeah, Ms. Jenkins, she says, you showed great restraint. She's talking about not tasting Missouri. No thanks to you, my friend. She's like, eat it, eat it. I wanted to. And now I have some ripe ones coming. I'm like, I can't really eat this. I need to save all the seeds. But what I do is I squeeze the seeds out and then I eat it. It's still really, really good that way. Hey, Hope. Glad you're here. Thanks for being here. And Elizabeth Bang is here. Hello, my fellow New Jersey friend. Nice to see you. Chastity, another not favorite microdwarf of mine. I've found out because it's my first time growing is Lil Peeps. Very bland. I was upset about it. Agreed. I grew that one a few years ago. It's also very tall. It's more of a mini dwarf, but yeah. I forget what I rated it on our spreadsheet, but it wasn't very tall. That's kind of why I do the spreadsheet. And look, just because I don't like something or do like something doesn't mean the rest of you have the same palate as me. That's obviously not the case. Otherwise, we would all love the same tomatoes and hate the same tomatoes, and that just doesn't happen. But if you think you might share the same palate as me, our spreadsheet, if I've grown it, and I've grown a lot of micros, several hundred, I can give you my thoughts on it. So, River Rock Farm, I made it finally. Glad to see you here. Hi, Missy. Feels like 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Ugh. Netherlands. I bet that's exactly what NL is. Thank you. Netherlands, indeed. Thank you. Thank you for. Usually I have Kina to, like, because she's got the Kina brain. I share this all the time. Kina's always good for, like, what's that person's name? Although somehow I'm like an idiot savant when it comes to most things tomatoes. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the breeder. Da, 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 da. I do have a good memory for stuff like that. But if it's something that was just in my head 5 minutes ago, 30 seconds ago, obviously, gone. The birds are taking my green tomatoes. I know. Especially if it's dry. It hasn't been as much of a drought as last year, but when last time we had rain? I guess we had a little bit a couple days ago, but birds will peck into tomatoes when they're looking for water, that is for sure. Achilles says, the squirrels ate my one and only ripe tomato. I've been wanting to try some sun gold since last year. Oh, bummer. Well, the good thing about sun gold, I assume that's what you're talking about, is that there's plenty more to come. I'll tell you, I haven't put up the official review yet, but Sun Green, by the same makers, Japanese, as a matter of fact, same makers as Sun Gold. It's a hybrid. Fantastic. Maybe next week I'll probably have the review up on my Instagram channel within the next week or so. I'm starting to get behind already. By the way, if you don't follow me on Instagram, that's where I put very detailed reviews on things. Where's my Instagram? It's Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. There it is. Follow me on Instagram, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. And so I just put up a very unfortunate review. So many of you, if you watched my episodes about my grow list for this year, you know that I've been really excited about this one variety in particular, which is a mutation of Malachite box. My favorite tomato of all time, Malachite box, Malachite awesomesauce. It's a green when ripe, tied with Suffer Well for my most sublime tomato of all time. To me, that is the perfect flavor. And Malachite Jen too, which is why I call her Malachite Jen. Not that one yet. So I put it in the, no, not that. I put it in the group a little while ago. So there's a mutation I found out about, Malachite box black. It's a variety from Russia. The regular Malachite box is. And so I was super excited about this one. And I'm like, I love black tomatoes, not antho, but I love black tomatoes, love Malachite box. Like, it's got to be good, right? So I've got 3 plants, and these things are so prolific. And so last week we had a couple starting to blush. And this one in the picture is actually on the smaller side. Most of them are bigger. Robin, I tasted it. Oh my God. It's very rare when I say a tomato is just bad. Black Beauty, I said, was bad for me. Dancing with Smurfs, OSU Blue, Antho's just not my thing. Those were what I call spitters. This was bad. I don't know how. You look at it, I love black tomatoes, black Krim, other blacks. Just tasted a great black today. This is not good. We've tasted a few different, in fact, the review pained me to write, but I'm honest, I'm honest with my thoughts. I want you guys to trust me. I don't just love everything. So we rated this a 4 out of 10, which is not the worst you can get, but it's very watery, has very little flavor. Brix was 4.9, which I'm surprised it wasn't lower, actually. Tasted another one this morning before I went to write the review out, because I'm like, and we tasted from 2 different plants too. As soon as we bit into the first one, I'm like, this has got to be a bad one. Let's bite, we'll slice into this one. Same, it's a spitter. So tragic. And I'm going to have more of these tomatoes than I know what to do with. Now, again, taste is subjective. So I know I gave plants to my friend Nicole. Sorry, Nicole, maybe you'll like it. But not my cup of tea at all. It's almost worse than a grocery store tomato, I would say. And that's pretty bad. So yeah, 4 out of 10, we rated that. But there's been some good ones too. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I put up this review of variety that Drew Danger gave me, and she actually contributed this to our Jarson grow out last year. Her Jarson variety didn't take, so she's like, but I grew this dwarf. It's amazing. You guys have got to try it. So anybody in the Jarson grow out last year got these. It's a variety from Ukraine. Oh my God, was this good. Rated an 8 out of 10. Might even go as high as an 8.5. It's really delicious. It wasn't the most productive for me. Now, Drew says hers are very productive. It is a determinate, which means that the tomatoes will all pretty much ripen at the same time, and then the plant will die, which is what happened with me, but I only got 3 or 4 tomatoes. But boy, are they tasty. So for any of you growing it, or if you are growing it now, let me know. It's a great one. So there's some light through the clouds of the Malachite box black. That was a great one. Wah, wah, not good. This is one I haven't put up yet, but I was telling Jen gave me this plant. It's for a variety called boxwood. Grafsamina sells it. As you can see, they're like large elongated cherries. These were so good. I don't know that we've given it. I think we gave it an 8.5 out of 10. I have to look at, this is our notebook for writing reviews and all of our notes before I put them on Instagram. As you can see, the Brix score from the refractometer is 9.3. That's pretty sweet. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a great tomato, but that was a really good one. Have any others? Yeah, besides those, some others that we've reviewed this week. that you can look for reviews on my Instagram. See, I put up a review for Jack in a Box Deans, which was another one that wasn't very good, but it wasn't as bad as Malachite Box Black. I feel bad. I feel like I'm cheating on my Malachite box. But believe you, for those of you who are growing Malachite Box, the regular one, because I can't stop talking about how great it is, have no fear. They are night and day. Night and day. Malachite Box, the regular green when ripe, has so much flavor, and Malachite Box Black just really has none. It's watery, flavorless. We couldn't even finish the tomatoes after we had a couple tastes. Like I said, I tried another one this morning. I'm like, no, it's just not good. Burnt sugar, we gave a good review to. That's up on our Instagram. Maple Heart by Sofia Sakova. Mizora, you guys all know. Riddle of Strawberry Waterfall. Nobody Steals This, another one Jen gave me. Southern Evening, Caramel Cordial, another one Jen gave me. Ochre Symphony by Sofia Sakova. Emerald Comet, Sophia. Fiery Turban, another one by Sophia. So those are some of the reviews that we have reviewed, but I don't have most of them up on Instagram yet. So those are some of the things you have to look forward to. So let's taste a tomato today, huh? We'll taste at least one of these. What time is it? 4:40. Somebody in the group, Anais, I think, she put a post up talking about varieties of Sofia Sakova that are variants of what is the true to type version. Now, Sophia is very, very honest about her variants, and she releases some in F5, F6 generation, which means that is not necessarily stable yet. So her explanation on her own website, she's very honest. She'll say, well, this is an F6 or an F7. There's possibility of splitting, as she says, which means that there's a possibility that it won't be true to type like what the picture shows. So I put one here. So I'm growing this one. It's, well, my version in F7, but the seeds I got were F6. Sweet Tropical Pear that Sophia sent me herself. Look and sound great. Here's what Sophia says about them. 1.7 meters tall, mid-season, excellent stability, but at this stage of selection, splits may occur. Pear truffles, 100 to 200 grams. Emerald ochre with a small antho at the top. That's the black stuff around the shoulders. Taste is very sweet, just like honey. The sweetest variety of my selection this season was the sweetest of all planted varieties. So that's Sweet Tropical Pear. Mine look nothing like that. Now, I'll be honest with you. I think mine look better. These are two Sweet Tropical Pear F7. Aren't they beautiful? They look nothing like the photo. And like I said, these seeds came from Sophia herself. So it's just another variant. And you'll see even at Tomato Eden, she will have different variants of some of Sophia's crosses. Even one that I'm growing, and I know Linda Wicker Downing's growing, Riddle of Strawberry Waterfall. The name Riddle means that it's a variant of the regular Strawberry Waterfall. Aren't these gorgeous? Really pretty. So let's take a look inside. So I need, basically what I need to do is I will email Sophia and say, this is what my Sweet Tropical Pear looked like. Would you like me to, send you seeds for it? Would you like me to rename it? Because obviously this is not true to type for her Sweet Tropical Pear. But for now, that's what I'm calling it. So these are pretty. As you can see, the other one was quite bigger. I'll save that one for Rob and I to taste together. Got a little bit of antho at the top, just a little bit, which is good for me because I'm not normally a fan. But no green and no ochre on this whatsoever. Let's see what the inside looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. Kind of a coral color. Oops, dripping on my keyboard. So I'll use the refractometer to taste sweetness. Growing a lot of Sophia's varieties. Oh, it's very juicy. Not very sweet, 4.7. Very tangy, though. Very tomatoey. Lots and lots of flavor. This is a perfect example of when I say that high brick score doesn't necessarily mean a good tomato, and a low brick score, what's with this hair, doesn't necessarily mean a bad tomato. This is very good. It's savory, got a bit, it's got like umami and fruitiness to it. It's very fruity, very juicy. That's delicious. I have to see what Rob thinks. I would give this probably a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10. Very tasty. So I will message Sophia about that, but I wouldn't put that in Seed Seeking Saturday looking for seeds, since that isn't really sweet tropical pear, or not. It's my sweet tropical pear, but I don't know what Sophia wants to rename it. So that's sweet tropical pear. And the other one I'll taste today is one I talked about. Well, I've talked about all of these at one time or another when I shared my my grow list. Okay, I'm back. I do this at least once an episode. I think last week I did it twice. This is a rare variety from Russia called hazel grouse under the pineapple is what it translates to. These the photo on the right is from a forum, a tomato or gardening forum in Russia. Photo on the left is from Jeffrey Rainmaker. He has Native Plant Works on Etsy, so he is selling this. It's a very pretty tomato. This one isn't the most gorgeous of all of them, but the plant is full of these. So I thought I'd taste this with you guys too. Hazel grouse under the pineapple. You can find seeds for this at Native Plant Works on Etsy. I think he has a website as well that's called something completely different. Starts with a B. Bay seeds. I don't know. He's selling a lot of Bill Yoder stuff too. Okay. Oh boy, is that gorgeous. Catch the juice. That is beautiful. Lots of seeds and goo. Let's test it. I love stuff when it's got deep color in there. Let's see how sweet this is. This isn't very sweet either. 4.5. Surprising. Let's give it a try. That's very tomatoey too. It's good. It's tangy. Not as fruity as sweet tropical pear. Question mark. Very tomatoey. It would be a really good sandwich tomato. A little bit small. I think most of the tomatoes on the vine are around this size. It's definitely more of a savory than sweet, which obviously the refractometer shares, but it's a very good tomato. It's funny because I think Malachite Box Black, that was like a 4.9 on the bricks. But that didn't have the flavor that either of these two have. It really didn't have much flavor at all. I would probably rate this a 7. Because it is really flavorful. Maybe a 6.5. But I think, yeah, it's a pretty intense flavor. So probably a 7. I'll have to see what Rob thinks. All right, so that's my tasting for the day. Get rid of those. Oh, I'm dripping all over the place here. All right. I'm either getting dirt all over my keyboard when I'm showing you guys like micros and stuff, or I'm getting juice all over the keyboard. If you're just joining us, welcome to the show. We're giving away 4 fantastic seed prizes at the end of the episode. Make sure you type in #tomato in the comments. If you're watching on my YouTube channel, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, it won't pick you up. So if you want to win the prizes, bebop over to my YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, and then you can do it there. Let's get into some other tomatoes, shall we? All right, so we talked about there. That was hazel grouse under the pineapple. It sure is a pretty tomato, isn't it? Very deep color. Yeah, I really like that. Definitely not a 6.5. It's a 7. Let me get back to sweet tropical pear. That's fruitier. Yeah, probably 7 on both of those, I'd say. All right. Yeah, it's a pretty one, isn't it, Jamie? Gorgeous. Those pictures that Jeffrey took are amazing. Let me tell you, the plant is so prolific too, as is sweet tropical pear. Pretty much everything from Sophia's that I'm growing is very prolific. The only one I don't have a lot of fruits on right now are all the colors of the world, just a few, but we did have like a heat wave, so we weren't getting flowering for a while, but now up at the top, getting lots of flowers and fruit. Yeah, this hazel grouse under the pineapple. I'm still tasting it. Actually, the second taste was Sophia's, wasn't it? Let me taste this again. It's good. It's very good. Okay. All right, first tomato we're going to talk. Oh, so let's get into the Japanese stuff, shall we? So after last week and Kina, I don't know if you're watching Kina. I haven't seen you say anything, so I'm assuming you are not. But Kina said last week, like, oh no, Lauren's going to be obsessed with Japanese tomatoes. No. And she's right. And I told her she was right, and she's right. After tasting Missoura and doing my own research and reading, and I know many of you have gotten it too, because I've talked to so many of you this week. One of you ordered seeds that are coming to me, and I'm going to send them off to you. And then another, well, when I get to that tomato, I'll share in a minute. But so I was looking at, what makes Japanese tomatoes so special. And they really do breed, if you do your own research, they breed for these to taste, to have a lot of flavor. And honestly, looking at even these, this is called umami hybrid. It looks like nothing to me. It looks like, And I'm going to show you a video of something in a minute that it's just like, really? That has such good flavor? But after Missouri didn't look like much either, and I was blown away. So yeah, do your own research. And then I came up with a couple varieties through my research that are supposed to be really great. Also, one of them is supposed to be even better than Missouri. So this one's called umami hybrid. I actually ordered seeds for this for next year from Etsy, somebody on Etsy, Pan Asian Seed, I think was the name of them. It is a hybrid. They say fruit ripens throughout the season, 60 to 65 days from transplant. Seed sourced from Tokita, America of Gilroy, California, home of the Garlic Festival. They say it's got umami taste. Umami is, for those of you that may not know, it's like a more recent, like an earthy taste. That they're sweet and they're sour and all of that, but umami is something that is more recent to be added, and it's really kind of earthy. Something that's not embodied in the other sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. So that's what umami is supposed to be like. This one is resistant to diseases, and that's something I found from Japanese varieties too, is they try to breed them so they're resistant to diseases. Now I'm going to show you today, they're all hybrid. Missouri is not a hybrid. I'm growing another one that is not ripe yet called Amila. I think I talked about this last week too. That is normally a hybrid. I got non-hybrid seeds, but Umamin is a hybrid. So this next one is the one that I actually put. I've had this one Italian tomato in my most wanted in the group for probably almost a year, maybe. It's called Pantano di Ardea, and there's only one site that has it. It's a relatively new variant, and so many people have been looking for it for me. They find the same website as I found, and I'm like, nobody's really finding this for me, so maybe I'll put something different. When I read about this tomato, I'm like, all right, I'm taking that other one off. I'm going to put this as my most wanted. It's called Reika. It's an F1 hybrid. There's a site that I got some of my my information from called Japanese Taste. And they say, for those seeking a true taste of luxury, the Reika tomato is a true delicacy. Also known as the crown jewel tomato, this variety commands a premium price due to its incredibly sweet flavor and velvety smooth texture. And then they say, with so many options to choose from, Japanese tomatoes offer a delicious adventure for tomato lovers of all kinds. So I had this up in Most Wanted, and within, a couple hours, maybe, Pretty, Grow, Cook, Eat, Repeat, she messaged me and she's like, you got me started on Japanese tomatoes too. And I found out about this Reika tomato too. And I want to find it also. So, and I can't find seeds for it anywhere, but some garden centers do sell plants. Did you know Pretty traveled over an hour to go to a garden center where she was able to get to plants of Reika? She just mailed it to me. She got one for herself, and they actually gave her a tomato off of one of the plants. So I'm very curious to hear. I don't know, Pretty, if you want to share or if you've tasted it yet. But yeah, I get, I don't know if it's late in the season for me or not, but the tomato or the plant, it looks like it can use some good soil, but it looks fine. Honestly, the pictures she shared with me. And I just thought, so generous. She wouldn't accept any money from me or anything. So, so for those of you also looking for Reika tomato, I would, if you can find seeds, great. Otherwise, maybe check with some of your garden centers. Maybe if they're owned by Japanese, purveyors or whatever. You can check. But I found another one out in California that sells plants of this. I sent them an email a couple of days ago before Pretty did this for me. And I'm like, I'll pay to have it shipped and everything. And they didn't answer me back. I'm sure they think I'm insane, which I am. I fully admit this. Let me show you a video I found of somebody tasting this tomato. Hopefully you guys can hear. Okay, she calls it Reika, but it's Reika.
These Japanese tomatoes taste like candy. I'm not joking. A couple weeks back, Doug and I planted a new tomato plant imported from Japan. We got it from the farmer's market. It's called a Reika red Japanese beefsteak tomato. I thought they were nice, plump, and red. It's gotta be at least as good as the ones at the store, right? Not even close. This tastes like no tomato I've had before. It's juicy, very sweet. Like, I've always found it weird that tomatoes are considered fruits, but not this one.
Whoa.
I get it now.
Oh my god, that's so sweet. It's like candy. Oh my god, I'm not even exaggerating. I think that's the sweetest tomato I've ever had. It was like candy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Seriously, I couldn't believe it either. You gotta try it to believe that.
Oh, yeah, she got cut off. So that's intriguing, is it not? Very intriguing. Oops.
Cherokee purple.
Sorry, not supposed to be that here.
Gold.
Very intriguing. So if it's too late in the season for you now, I know Pretty's, down in Florida, chance it's not going to be too late for her. And I'm hoping that I can keep it alive to get at least one or two tomatoes. But perhaps you guys, if you're interested, they do in Japan, they sell these at markets. So people can, eat them. I shared last week a picture of Mizora sold, or it's a connoisseur's variety that's sold in these boxes. They really know what they're doing in Japan with these really flavorful tomatoes. And don't you agree that that tomato in the video, it looks like nothing. It looks very anemic inside. So you wouldn't guess that it's really that good, but that is supposed to be, like I said, the crown jewel. So that's Reika. And thank you very much, Pretty. I see she says, you didn't taste it yet. Okay. Rach, I see, I'm not even going to talk about seeds yet. We'll see. It is a hybrid, so saving seeds may not get you the same thing, but I'm always generous with seeds, and whenever I can share, I will, for sure. Hi, Terry. Thanks for being here. I love a sweet tomato on occasion. Yeah, Mizora was like the best of both worlds to me. It was very sweet, but also very, very flavorful, very umami too. It was delicious. It's hard to believe that anything can be better than that. Hi, Deb. Thanks for being here. Pretty, don't keep us in suspense. That's a lot of suspense. So generous of her. Okay, this next one's another Japanese. Oh, there's only like 3 or 4 Japanese ones. I'm not talking about Japanese for the entire episode. Okay, that was Reika. This next one is another one that's pretty easy to find seeds for. It's called Momotaro. It's also known in English as Tough Boy. They are the same variety. It's an F1, originates from Japan, established or developed by Tokai Seed Company. I ordered seeds for this one too. Territorial Seed sells seeds for this. Like I said, this one's not that difficult to find. They say, Territorial says it's a 70-day variety. Momotaro is one of the most popular tomato varieties in Japanese markets, and for good reason. Its flavor is an intricate and harmonious combination of sweet and tangy that has won Momotaro several tomato tasting contests. The radiant pink slicers weigh 6 to 7 ounces. Momotaro is durable, heat-tolerant, and crack-resistant with good storability, and it's an indeterminate. And then I found a site called Tomato Lady Blog, and she wrote, this one was one I had never heard of, and a customer requested it last year. Interestingly enough, I don't normally think of Japanese cuisine when I think of tomatoes. Who knew? She said it's a popular fresh tomato in Japan. Here in the United States, it is marketed as Tough Boy. It's deep pink with green shoulders around the stem. These 6 to 7 ounce tomatoes are sweet with a delightful, refined flavor and a little bit of tang. Noted for crack resistance, holding quality, and resistant to verticillium, fusarium, and nematode resistance. This tomato has some wonderful characteristics. I'm happy to offer it under the original name, which refers to a hero in Japanese folklore. Seeds and Such also sells it. So you can look for it under Momotaro or Tough Boy. Again, it's another hybrid. And I think the last Japanese one. Yeah, this is one I just found out about yesterday or the day before. It's another one that it's called Osmic First Princess. And you get them at gourmet shops in either of these 2 containers. Don't they look like when you get, chocolate-covered strawberries for Valentine's Day in these beautiful cases? Or Heidi, those strawberries that, from Japan, as a matter of fact, those strawberries that are, those really gourmet strawberries that are insane. I forget the name of the company, but this looks like that. So these are called Osmic First Princess. And Amazon Japan says they have a Brix of 11, and that they say it's a single grain of luxury. It is the best fruit tomatoes that we are proud to deliver the sweetness and delicious everything. It's a Tomato Grand Prix General winner, recognized by professionals, and the high quality fruit tomatoes They're not only high sugar content due to careful cultivation, but also highly appreciated by professional users as well. And I found a video of somebody tasting these also. So let's hang on. Oops, hang on. Accidentally deleted something I need for screen share. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is Osmic. Here they call it Omsic, but it's Osmic First Princess Japanese Cherry.
These are the craziest cherry tomatoes ever. They're so sweet you wouldn't even believe it. Zero sour taste whatsoever.
That's a really good cherry tomato.
And if you don't believe my reactions, check out the reactions of our friends.
We tried these crazy cherry tomatoes. Now it's time to give our friends some and see what they think. Guys,
Okay.
time for you to try.
Okay.
Take one each.
They're so
Here,
smooth.
here.
I got it.
Okay.
I did it.
Okay.
Cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
哇，好甜啊
Whoa.
！What the fuck？哇，好甜啊
Right?
It's so good.
It doesn't taste like a cherry tomato.
Wait, it's so sweet.
It's so sweet compared to a regular cherry tomato.
There's no sourness to it.
Yeah, what the hell? It doesn't
It's
even taste
so
like a cherry
sweet.
tomato to me.
You look like they injected them.
Maybe.
Sugar.
But it's really
Yeah.
good.
I don't know how the hell they did it.
I
You know,
need
this is not
these.
even the sweetest one. There's still one more level sweeter.
No, this is good enough.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Is there one lower than this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good too.
They gave us that for free sample.
Oh. Damn, that's good.
Typical sugar content of a cherry tomato is anywhere between 6.5 and 8, while these cherry tomatoes sit at a 12. So almost double the sugar content of that of a normal cherry tomato. And what's crazy too is that 20 cherry tomatoes cost almost $40 Canadian. But
I would buy
think it was so worth it to try these out. This was located at Ginza 6, so give it a try. Smash that like button if you like some delicious fruits, and subscribe for more delicious food and travel content.
I would buy it for $40, just saying. I know. Dearie me, Ms. Jenkins. I know. Need that. I know. Hi, Sri Devi. Thanks for joining in. So somebody in the group said they were traveling to Japan, or they had a friend traveling to Japan, and she said the other day, like, should I be looking for something? And I'm like, let's talk. So these are all hybrids. So you may have to, like some people grow out sun golds and they're never quite the same. So if you can get your hands on hybrid seeds over there, much like you can get seeds for sun gold and sun green like I'm growing, that's a gift. If you know anybody in Japan that can get their hands on them, there's some really great varieties we just talked about here. So that's it for my Japanese varieties of the week. Let's move on to some other stuff. Make sure you type in hashtag tomato. We've got some great seed prizes I'm giving away at the end of the episode. Thanks to Amy Dorroy, some really great four wonderful prize packages. Okay, this next one is called Klondike. I don't know why I'm not growing it this year. It's a compact, it's only 12 inches tall. I got these seeds from Common Sense Seeds. It's a variety from Ukraine. It grows 12 inches tall and 2 feet wide, so it's short and bushy. Common Sense Seeds, they actually sent it to me as a gift. And if anybody's grown this, or if you have seeds and you want to grow it, if you've grown in the past, you're growing it this year, let us know. Klondike is a stunning deep orange beefsteak tomato. The short plants are crazy productive and early. This plant is loaded with fruits that range in size from 180 grams to 300 grams, or 6 to 10 ounces. It's a good size for such a short plant. The small plant, 1 foot high, 2 feet wide, only needs a short stake, or you can just let them sprawl on the ground. Klondike is very easy to maintain. Taste-wise, Klondike has good mild sweetness and excellent firm, meaty texture. It's a masterpiece from Ukraine. It was developed as part of the public breeding program at the Institute of Vegetable and Melon Growing of the National Academy of Agrarian Sciences of Ukraine. The NAAS catalog describes Klondike as being resistant to major diseases and having an increased content of beta-carotene. And then another site, organicseeds.top. They've got a lot of great varieties there. Orange fruited, and I think those are seeds from Ukraine. Orange fruited tomato with high taste and dietary qualities and high content of beta-carotene. Early ripening, 97 to 105 days. The plant is determinate and compact. Fruits of flat, round shape, large, 200 to 350 grams. That is a really decent size for such a short plant. Marked with a uniform orange color. Anybody grown Klondike? No? Don't see anybody saying anything. When I was logging this today, I've had the seeds for a while. I was logging it, and I'm like, oh man, if it's really that short, I will, maybe I'll start seeds now. Oh, you're growing Klondike. Anything ripe yet, River Rock Farm? If not, you'll have to let us know. I'm not normally the biggest fan of orange tomatoes, but let me tell you what sells me on this besides the shortness of it and the outside looks. Look at that interior. That is you can see how it would be high beta carotene because that is some deep, deep orange color. I mean, it's beautiful. That's got to be good, right? Rach says no, but looking at the seed yesterday, yeah, Andrea looks amazing for sure. Hey, Alex, nice to see you, my friend. Hi, everyone, says Lucky Garden. So that's Klondike, something I think that may fall into soil later. Yesterday, after I put my review up for Dwarf 62208, I was saying, because it is a determinate, so the plant died. And I'm like, why did I not steal a sucker from this so I could have fall tomatoes? I've done that with other varieties, but I guess I didn't realize just how much I was going to love it. So I just started more seeds for that one too. So we shall see. We shall see. If they don't make it, I'll bring them inside. I'll make them garage tomatoes until I can't anymore. Hey, Kina. Just saying hi quickly to see some maters before I sleep. Oh, you missed me talking for like an hour about Japanese tomatoes, Kina. You called that one. You'll have to watch back tomorrow. This next one, I got seeds from Heidi Dolan. Oh, speaking of Heidi Dolan, another one I keep mentioning that I've reviewed some great things. Now, I didn't take pictures of it because it was a much smaller one than what's on the plant, but Heidi, this is wicked good. Let me tell you, it was a very small fruit. Most of them are much bigger. That is something. That's a black I can get behind. That was delicious. So look for the real review coming up. I'm going to wait for some of the bigger tomatoes to ripen. I'll take pictures and we'll do the review, but that's nothing short of amazing, just like Heidi's other varieties. But anyway, this is not a Heidi variety. She just gave me seeds for it. It's called Jory, and she did a review on her Instagram last year, I think. She said it's a rare heirloom from the 1920s that has almost disappeared. This is Jory, and the photo to the left is her photo. Thank you, Heidi. It's a heart-shaped paste tomato that was developed in the early 1900s in the Willamette Valley of Oregon. It was once considered the queen of pastes, and I can see why. In my garden, the somewhat wispy, regular leaf vines started flowering quite early, with fruits that ripened among the first in my garden. This made me snap to attention, given my season is short. I'm always on the hunt for earlier tomatoes. These are all Heidi's words, by the way. Jory's hearts were enchanting and prolific as well. She's got a way with words, doesn't she? One plant alone had 21 fruits at one time. That plant also kept producing right up until frost. In my difficult heat and altitude, fruits ranged from 4 to 9 ounces. Folks in more gentle climates have been said to have larger fruit up to 1 pound. I loved the color of all these hearts. They are a different, lighter orangey red. I love too that they have a thicker pericarp and few seeds. When using them in the kitchen, this was helpful for both peeling and cooking down. Jory produced a brighter flavored sauce, as you simply do not need to cook it down as much. It is not juicy like the other hearts I grow. It's truly more of a paste that's simply heart-shaped. How unique. And you can tell from the interior shots she gives there that it's a paste. And the photo on the right is from they canned Jory tomatoes back in the day. She wrote pretty unique. My notes on the taste of Jory right off the vine said good, not great. It's not one I would turn away from a salad because the fruit has nice interior structure and holds together well, but where Jory really sings is in the kitchen. Its purpose from development was for canning, and that it tastes good for fresh eating too is a bonus. The verdict, more people need to grow Jory. It's an heirloom I would happily bring back into circulation and into my garden too. So thank you, Heidi, for those words and these photos and the history of Jory. Has anybody grown Jory? Oh, Lisa, that's good. Heidi and I have similar altitude and climate, so you may do well for you too. Looks like Tomato Classics, it does. Oh, Lisa, you've grown this? I get 10 ounces regularly. Great. Rach says on my list. Median early. Andrew says, I grew up in Oregon and recently put this on my wish list. Excellent. I did not grow it this year, but I can always count on Heidi for sending me some really great varieties. I'm growing many of what she sends me this year. So maybe next year. She and I share similar palettes, so when she really likes something, my ears perk up. Okay, here's one I am growing this year that I was surprised when I looked at my list of things I've talked about. I have not talked about this. I did talk about it when I shared my 6-episode series or whatever it was on my grow list for this year, but I haven't talked about it on my Awesome Sauce show. This is a variety by Bill Yoder of the United States. It's called Hold Back the Rain. He's got a couple green one ripe. I love Bill Yoder. I love his varieties. Suffer Well, one of his from the Depeche Mode line of last year, is tied for first place with regular Malachite box for my number one tomato of all time. Not Malachite box black, but the regular Malachite box. This one looks outstanding. The fruits are really starting to come along on the plant. I have nothing ripe yet. I love the looks of it. They're very green. And then at the bottom, you can see a little bit of pink. I don't know if that carries through to the center or not. Has anybody had any ripe ones of Hold Back the Rain yet? This is a Duran Duran song. This is from his new Duran Duran line. Here's what Bill says about it. He says, it's another addition to my Duran Duran series. These green when ripe tomatoes are very productive, but are delicate and have thin skin. My fave. Clear epidermis, so it's hard to tell when they're ripe. And if you wait an extra day, you may experience surface splitting. Best to go easy on the watering to experience the best of the delicate flavors, hence the name, Hold Back the Rain. If you like Green Giant and Cherokee Lime, you will like these. Haven't grown Green Giant. Cherokee Lime. I have grown Cherokee Lime and Cherokee Lime Stripes. Liked them both. Anybody? I know, Kina, right? It looks so good with the pink and the green. I know. I'll have to let you know. GWR tomatoes forever. Love. I know. Have a love affair with them too. Jamie. Ooh. Now this one has my attention. Alex is growing it. Alex is growing a lot of Bill Yoder's this year. He and I both love Bill Yoder's varieties. I wonder why it is flat round on the picture to the right. Not sure I know what you mean, Alex. Looks like the same maybe it's distorted the way you're viewing it. It's just showing the interior along with some others. Flat round. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell me what you're talking about. I think I still have a ways to go to have ripe ones of this, but I'm very, very excited. Oh, the question was about the Jory tomato. Yeah, I wonder why. I don't know. That would be interesting. I don't know exactly. There was more information I took that wasn't from Heidi. Jory was grown throughout the Willamette Valley for canning in the 1920s. Most likely dry. Oh, there's more information you guys might be interested in. Most likely dry farmed and is therefore a good candidate for dry farm production now. My guess is they had one picture of a tomato back then, which looked like this, and they weren't trying to make it look like the heart that it is. Because who knew? Who knew you could have all these glorious tomatoes, right? I was wondering what you were talking about, Alex, with Hold Back the Rain. I'm like, really? I don't see what you're talking about. Yeah, the whole illustration on Jory is inaccurate. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Yeah, I see people that are just joining in. We have 71 live viewers right now. Make sure we have 4 great seed prizes being donated by Amy Doré today. Make sure you type in #tomato. And then at the end of the episode, we will be doing a drawing for those. And they are good. If you let me, I'll say them again, just for those of you that are joining late. First pack is Red Trash Panda, Bellezza Viola, Morado Vejer de la Frontera, Cherokee Bronze, Unknown Brilliance, Kaz 25, and Tupelo Honey. That's pack 1. Pack 2 is Negra del País, Hazel Creek, Angel Bronze Heart, Rosa de Liano, Wingo Wonder, Huevo del Toro, and Bliss. Package number 3 is Red Dead Redemption by Robert, Cherokee Purple Variegated, Cherry Stripes, Tex Wine, Hunk Papa, Jarson 8 Chameleon, and Verde de las Landas. And then 4th package is her favorites of the season, Chauffeur, Verde de las Landas, Jarson 14 Variant 1, Tex Wine, Bellezza Viola, Red Trash Panda, Tupelo Honey, Rosa de Liano, and Jarson 22. So make sure you type in Kina. Kina's like, I'm getting in on this action. They're good ones, aren't they? Okay, next tomato. Hess. Not to be mistaken with Hess trucks, which I used to get my kids every year at Christmas. Well, Santa Claus gave them to my kids. Hess was a gas station. I don't think they're in existence anymore. At least they're not. I think they're all out of business, but they do still sell these toy trucks, although sometimes they're not always trucks. Sometimes they're motorcycles and things like that. And at the holiday time, they get them for children, and they become quite collector's items. They've got sounds and sirens and lights and stuff. They're kind of a big deal here, at least in my simple mind they are. And we have both of my kids, we have all of theirs in the attic. Some of them still not in the boxes, but we have the boxes to them. They actually played with theirs. This is a variety originating from Germany. Medium to large fruit, 300 to 500 grams or more. Two-tone, yellow, red, round-ribbed, slightly flattened beefsteak type flesh. Aromatic, fruity, and sweet flavor. An excellent two-tone variety. That's from Cultive Taru, that information. And then Tomato Faifu from Belgium says it's heritage variety from Germany. Large yellow fruit, marbled in red, and they say between 300 and 800 grams. That's a big tomato. Of the beefsteak type, strongly ribbed in the upper part with plump shoulders. Dense yellow beef marbled with rose. Sweet and fruity flavor of the level of the best bicolor. Vigorous plant with great development. Regular foliage, indefinite growth, indeterminate growth. Good and regular production from mid-season, but much better in the second part of the season. So has anybody grown Hess? Yeah, I agree, Sri Devi. They are awesome varieties. She's donating. Her season ended a lot sooner than a lot of us, so a lot of those I'm growing, but I don't have anything remotely ripe. And Bellezza, Viola, Tupelo honey, I did pick something blushing today, or yesterday rather. Verde de las Landas, same thing. Alex, Red Dead Redemption is another most wanted variety for me, named after a game. It is, yeah. Oh, and Kina saw her first little tomato on Red Dead Redemption by Robert today. Exciting. Exciting. Yes, Lisa, the green and white gas tankers with the lights. I loved them so much. And Rach says to Alex, my grown daughter is obsessed with the game. I didn't know it was a game until somebody, maybe it was Amy, I think it was Amy, put a review of it in the group a couple weeks ago, maybe, and said it was a game. Never heard of the game before. Missy grew Hess last year. It was a huge plant. Tomato flavor was more fruity than tomatoey. Okay. What would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 personally? The coloring on it is outstanding. Anybody else grow Hess? Or want to grow Hess? All right. I think we only have a couple more. Next one's called Longhorn. This is a variety that Secret Seed Cartel sells, but it originates from J&L Gardens, who I love. I'm growing a few of their things this year. They're in the United States. Longhorn, it's a tomato that is a stunning ox heart with unique coloring. We had a hard time trying to classify the color. This is according to Secret Seed Cartel. Finally rested on purple black. Very meaty with a rich, deep tomato taste. We love the look of this one. Beautiful, perfect paste type. The sauce from this has a rich, dark purple color to it. We would highly recommend this to those growers that love a great saucy tomato. Also a great fresh eating tomato. Very meaty, and the flavor is balanced and clean. Massive producer. Jess says, I've got Longhorn seeds. They're on my 2026 grow list. I think I'm adding it to mine too. Secret Seed Cartel, Heidi Dolan told me a long time ago that they really only sell things that they love. So that makes whenever they have something, I'm like, ooh, I've got to grow this. Even they have a summer squash. They sell a couple summer squash / zucchini. There's one I grew of theirs last year. I'm growing it again this year. It's called San Pasquale. That's the tastiest summer squash I've ever had. Now this year I'm growing a hybrid called Zephyr that I shared photos of in Gardening Lovers Collective and Swap, one of our sister groups. And it's kind of like a pale yellow on the top and a pale green at the bottom. That thing is producing more than all of my 5 other summer squash or zucchini plants combined. And it's very tasty. But that San Pasquale that they sell is something special. So, and then of course they're responsible for Nano's Meatball Dwarf and a lot of great Blue Ridge Black I grew last year. Whole bunch. I like to grow stuff from them. And Heidi herself, her micro dwarfs are sold through there. Her Paws Pride, Gigi's Glory Multiflora Micro. I love a good dual purpose tomato. And Olivia says, Hess looks beautiful. It does. It does. Christy, I need to find these Japanese tomatoes. I've been Googling places around here, but my podunk town has nowhere. Might have to check the DC, Virginia area. Yeah, I wasn't coming up with much. I live in a podunk town also. Yeah, I mean, if you guys come across some of these where you can actually purchase seeds, other than Momotaro and Umami, the first one, or Umamini, what was it? Momotaro, Umamin. I guess those are the 2 that are easy to find seeds for. The other ones, not so much. But for some reason, a lot of these garden centers get plants, and I guess they get them in from Japan. If anybody's taking a trip to Japan in the near future and want to hunt down these F1 hybrid seeds, I'm sure you'd make a lot of best friends and a lot of money too, probably. Alex says, beet colored flesh and a good taste. You've grown this one, Longhorn? Good to know. Good taste. We should start a Podunk Town group. I'll be your mascot. Sounds good. I'm in. Okay. This next one's from Turkey. I don't talk about varieties from Turkey every day. Alex said he did grow it. Good to know. I like to hear from people who've grown these things. Okay, the pronunciation of this variety from Turkey is Hafiza Balic. Breaks it down, it says ball itch. No joke. But it's Hafiza Balic is the pronunciation, pink. Hafiza Balic, pink, from Turkey. I got these seeds from a Turkish seed vendor from the United States. They're called 2 Seeds in a Pod, and they sell a lot of peppers and things like that, but they do have tomatoes as well. They say, it's owned by two men who I hear a lot of talks about in the pepper world. This was named after the seed stewards Hafiza Balic, who grew it for over 50 years in her home garden in a town in Turkey. I couldn't even, with symbols of something that I wouldn't even know how to pronounce, but a town in Turkey, until she passed away in March 2008. Balic had migrated with her family from the Balkans to Turkey in the early 1900s. Many pink tomatoes that have been grown in western and northwestern Turkey are known to have been brought by the Turks, and other ethnic groups migrated from the Balkans when they escaped war and conflict. When we grew this seed, fruit's rich, complex flavor, as well as thin skin and juicy flesh, stood out in our taste evaluations. Hafiza Balic Pink is also one of the most prolific pink tomatoes we have ever grown. Fruit color is a stunning dark pink, which almost looks purple. One of the best fresh eating tomatoes we can recommend. This is one of the best documented heirloom seeds of Turkey, and it is a staple variety in our catalog. Anybody Yes, Jen. It's Balic. All of a sudden, Jen lights up. Did somebody say Balic? I love you. Anybody grown this one? Hafiza Balic. Alex says, Turkey is really good at producing hybrids, but their heirlooms did not surprise me. What a bummer. Meaning the hybrids or the heirlooms aren't good from what you've grown, Alex. That's good to know. Ms. Jenkins likes Balic too. Paris is a podunk town. Hey, Kenneth. Which you would all say, no, it's not, but he lives in Paris, Texas. So I believe you, Kenneth. I love you too, my friend. You're so cute. You need to add that to the back of your t-shirt. Hafiza Balic tomato. Okay. Nobody's grown this, I guess. Haven't seen anybody. 2 more, I think. Nope, one more. Victoria's Smile, not to be mistaken with Victoria's Salute, which is Sophia Sakova's. This is a variety by Mark McCaslin of Frog's Leap Farm. Many of us are growing his cream of the crop beefy purple this year. Waiting, mine should be starting to ripen any day. I feel like I'm constantly staring at them. But Mark McCaslin is one talented breeder. I'm sure Alex can back me up on that. Every breeder I know that talks about Mark McCaslin talks about what a talented breeder he is. So Victoria's Smile, this information came from Tomato Faifu in Belgium. It was a recent strain created by Mark that was released in 2017. Fruits are from 100 to 180 grams. They're pear-shaped, various tricolor green, red, and yellow stripes. Firm flesh mottled with red in the center. And if you've grown this, please let us know. Red in the center. Excellent aromatic and sweet flavor. Robust plant with great development. Potato leaf foliage. Indeterminate growth. Excellent production. Better in the second half of the season. Anybody growing this or have grown it before? Oh, it's your daughter's name, Rach. You're going to have to grow it, I think. Hi, Malin. Nice to see you. We're just finishing up. Make sure you type in #tomato. You're going to be glad you did because Amy Doroy has donated 4 excellent seed prizes that you're going to want your name in for. Yeah, I know. I don't know why I haven't grown it either, Alex. Perfect combination of colors. Need to try this one. Me too. Me too. No, but I will be, says Jess. Me too. So I'll give everybody one last time to type in hashtag tomato, but let's go through everything we talked about. I talked about some of the ones I reviewed lately. Put this review up on my Instagram yesterday from Ukraine Dwarf 62208 was excellent. Malachite Box Black, not excellent. A real bummer. It breaks my heart. It's a spitter. It's a spitter for me. And I wanted to love it so badly. Boxwood, haven't put that one up yet, but I already told Jen I really loved this one. She gave me the plant for that. I showed my off type of sweet tropical pear, which obviously, and tasted it, which doesn't look like these that are true to type. So I'm going to have to ask Sophia what she wants to name them and what she wants me to do with them. Very tasty though. And then also tasted hazel grouse under the pineapple, a rare variety from Russia. That is really tomatoey. I don't know why I thought it would be sweeter for some reason. From the outside look, it's really tomatoey. Like, the more I taste it, the more I really like it. You know what the look kind of reminds me of? Benevento by Fred Hempel. Similar. The stripes aren't quite as stark, but that's a good tomato. I have to see what Rob thinks. It's at least a 7, maybe a 7.5. Okay, so I tasted that. Then I talked about some Japanese varieties. Umamin, they're all hybrids, and I showed some videos of people tasting a couple of these. So if you missed the beginning of the episode, you want to watch it back. Reika, this is the one that, what did they say? It's the Japanese tomato of all tomatoes. What did they call it? Crown jewel. It's supposed to be excellent. And thankfully, pretty Joshi sent me a plant. She found a plant for me. She drove an hour away. She got herself a plant, got me a plant, and she mailed it to me, which is just about the most generous thing I can imagine. So thank you, Pretty. I appreciate that. Momotaro, otherwise known as Tough Boy here in the United States. That's another Japanese one. And then this one, you've got to watch the video for this. This is a variety called Osmic First Princess that these people couldn't believe how sweet it was. Excellent. Looks so good. All right. Then off of the Japanese ones, then we went into Klondike, which is only 12 inches tall 12 inches tall, only 2 feet wide, and puts out some pretty big tomatoes with high beta carotene, as you can see from that interior, which is phenomenal. Jory, which Heidi really enjoyed, Heidi Dolan. Hold Back the Rain from Bill Yoder, which I'm really excited about. Hess, Longhorn, Hafisa, Balich, Pink. Did I get that right? Hafiza, Balich Pink. Yes, from Turkey. And Victoria Smile. Okay. Oh, thank you, Susan. Yes, if you guys can all hit the like button. If you don't subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. Yeah, Andrea, same. I would have suspected hazel grouse to taste citrusy rather than tomatoey. Same. Definitely, that's what I was expecting. And that's why I was a little taken aback at first, but I'm still tasting it. That's a very good tomato. Stop eating tomatoes live. Not even got one ripe fruit. Oh, well, you'll have them. Yours always look much better than mine. Let's raise our hands. If we all love Alex from Lucky Gardens videos, raise your hand. Your fruits always look great. But yeah, sorry. I know it's painful when you see people eating tomatoes yet and you're just staring at your plants, but you'll have it before you know it. When do you suspect that you'll have your first ripe ones, Alex? Hopefully soon. Okay, so let's do our giveaway. Thank you again to Amy Doroy. once again, a couple more announcements. So next Friday, Tomato Talk Live, Jen and I will be doing an episode with nobody really special. Only Craig LaHoulier will be back with us for, I think, his 5th appearance on our show. We don't know what we're going to be talking about, but it will have something to do with tomatoes and growing tomatoes, and he'll be on hand to answer your questions. And we'll probably give away a free book of epic tomatoes. Everybody raising their hand. Alex, you feeling the love? Yes, everybody loves Lucky Garden. Raised hand, raised hand. Alex, we do more videos. It's got to be a lot of work. I get exhausted from editing my one tomato tour each week. I don't know how you and Jen do it. I really don't. We'll do for sure. Good. Alex is breeding some pretty spectacular stuff too. He's been sharing with me. I won't share exactly, but he's going to be known as an epic breeder before you know it. Okay, let's give away these prizes. So the first one, and if you win, this is not the winners. I haven't done it yet. If you win, please private message Amy Doroy. Sorry, Doroy, Doroy. If you're in the group, it should be easy to find her. If not, you can email me and I'll get you in touch with her. Or Amy, I don't know if you're still here and want to write them down yourself. I'll write them down just in case. Here's my email address. All right. So the first prize, and I still can't believe these prizes. So generous. Red Trash Panda, Bellezza Viola, Morado Vejer de la Frontera, Cherokee Bronze, Unknown Brilliance, Kaz 25, and Tupelo Honey goes to last week I finally hit the sweet spot of what wasn't too long but long enough. This was not it. This is way too long. Stacy, congratulations, Stacy. If you're in the group, if you can please private message Amy, that would be great. If not, you can feel free to email me and I'll get you guys in touch. Hang on, let me see if I can reduce the spin time again. You'd think I wouldn't have to do it. I think I decided like 11 was good. All right, let's try this. Okay, next one. Offer number 2 is Negra del País, Hazel Creek, Angel Bronze Heart, Rosa de Leano, Wingo Wonder, Hueva del Toro, and Bliss. Evelina, congratulations, Evelina. You guys are getting some great varieties. If anybody else wants to donate prizes in the future, feel free. I never ask for donations, but if you have a lot of seeds and you're looking to do giveaway, this is a great way to do it. And you can just contact me privately. Otherwise, I'm happy to give them away myself. I love giving away seeds. I get far behind sometimes, but I do love giving away seeds. Thank you very much, Amy, for sponsoring this week. I appreciate it. Denise, congratulations, Denise. Oh, by the way, that was Red Dead Redemption by Robert, Cherokee Purple Variegated, Cherry Stripes, Tex Wine, Hunk Papa, Jarson 8 Chameleon, and Verde de las Landas. That was your packet. And then final one is Amy's favorites of the season, the Chauffeur, Verde de las Landas, Jarson 14/1, Variant 1, Tex Wine, Bellezza Viola, Red Trash Panda, Tupelo Honey, Rosa de Leano, and Jarson 22. And that lucky winner of Amy's favorite of the season. Don't look, Alex. That's why I like that. Oh, Heidi. Congratulations, Heidi. Getting juice that. I'm falling in love with that hazel grouse under the pineapple. Really, really good. All right, well, thank you guys. Look, under 2 hours. Hour 40 minutes. It's not so bad. I wonder why. I was kind of going at a good clip today. Didn't go off on that many tangents, even though I still don't know what I was trying to think of in the beginning of the episode with the Missouri. But thank you guys all for watching. Please join us in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. If you aren't a member already, we would love to welcome you. Everything is optional. You don't need to participate in anything you don't want to, but you will learn something new every day. You will meet some really, really great people, as I'm sure everybody watching here who's in the group can tell you. You will have an opportunity to grow your seed collections, and your tomato season will never quite be the same again. I can tell you that. So please join us. We're on Facebook. And please follow me on Instagram to get detailed reviews. Some of them good, some of them get bad. All right, that's Inspire Garden Life, but follow them too. Go on their website. Follow me on Instagram, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. And I am honest, that is for sure. At least you guys know that you can trust me what I say. Doesn't mean you'll feel the same, but I am honest. So I will see you guys next week. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. I'll catch you guys on Tuesday. For those of you that want to catch my Tuesday, Tomato Tour Tuesday, I'll be doing that, premiering at 4 o'clock next Tuesday. And then I'll catch you again next Thursday. And then Friday with Jen to have Craig. And then make sure you guys try to join us for our tomato tasting and seed swap if it's doable for you to make the trip. And I know for many of you it's not, but we would love to see you. Hershey Park is not far. All kinds of things around there, so you can make a weekend out of it. And until next time, peace and love. Get your gratitude on and go grow tomatoes. Love you guys. Bebop out of here.